New to the Hero series, or just need a refresher? Out of all the villains which have featured between Hero Series 1 and 5, Insecticus stands out almost immediately. They are the first villain in the history of the show not to be an actual character from Hero Factory. Since their initial appearance in Hero Series 1's finale, they've popped up pretty much everywhere. But where did they start, and where are they now? Well, for the very first time, with the addition of some never-before-spoken insider knowledge, this video will explain the full timeline behind the Hero Series' most lore-heavy and influential character, Insecticus. Before the Hero Series, it's important to establish that Insecticus had built a name for themselves before even appearing on screen. They came from the Quadrant Zone, an area at the bottom of the house first seen on screen in Hero Series 4, which is explored further in the second half of Hero Series 5. At some point before their first encounter with the heroes on screen, Insecticus and Rise of the Rookies villain Thunder launch an attack which is unsuccessful, causing him to be completely destroyed. Anticipating defeat due to comparison with the heroes alone, Insecticus' database is transferred into Thunder after his death. Hero Series 2. Since it's a prequel to the first installment, the next time we see Insecticus, and the first time we see them on screen, is at the very start of Hero Series 2. Thunder revives Insecticus by giving the database a physical form. This manifestation takes the role of Von Nebula's spirit in the breakout scene from Hero Factory itself. Insecticus' database targets Von Nebula's staff, successfully lowering Hero Factory's defences and releasing the small number of captured villains up to this point. The energy given to Insecticus by the staff allows Insecticus to give himself a physical form once again, and they immediately go to seize control of Hero Factory amid the disruption he caused. After defeating Bulk 3.0 and temporarily taking control of Nex's news program, Insecticus takes Nex 3.0 hostage and threatens to destroy his core. Noticing villains slowly be recaptured and with a dwindling chance of success, Insecticus acts out of instinct, draining Nex's energy. This action causes Stringer to do whatever this image signifies, literally this is all we see in the feature, which shoots down Insecticus and allows him to be handcuffed and imprisoned. Hero Series 1. Insecticus has been plotting with his friends in prison, such as Speeder Demon and Thunder, to escape. Using his power to break out...
I want the power to break out! Come on!
Believed to be the energy remnant from destroying Von Nebula's staff, mixed with energy gained from Nex's hero core previously destroyed, Insecticus orchestrates his second successful prison break, and the gang wreak havoc with Insecticus as their leader. Very quickly, Insecticus comes face to face with Bulk 4.0, an upgraded version of the hero he'd defeated before. The two fight arduously over 4 episodes, with the climax being Insecticus getting pummeled from Bulk 4.0's remaining missiles. Insecticus is blown across the entire room, tattered and broken, but never offline, resulting in this famous line from Bulk 4.0.
I am so sure that he won't come back. I'll kill myself if he does.
Hero Series 3. Insecticus appears off-screen during the Tree of Jetbug, more specifically as the Christmas tree is still being constructed. This is important for later, trust me. Hero Series, The Insect in the Light. Bridging the gap between Hero Series 3 and 4, and attempting to shine more light on the war to come, this never-before-seen, partially completed and shelved short story typed up on Google Docs around 2019 tells of Insecticus meeting a humanoid blue figure known as the Selected, who warns Insecticus that something terrible is coming, and that he must never interfere with their plans. The Selected takes Insecticus to his base, revealing a lot of new technology and weapons of war. The Selected, who is revealed to be making weapons to assist the heroes, is convinced by Insecticus to change and assist the villains instead. The heroes quickly catch on to their actions, and the Selected is shut down, with only Insecticus being able to gain access to the base that the Selected leaves behind. The shutdown of the Selected causes all of its nuclear arsenal to be released, beginning the war which takes place after the Hero Series 3. Hero Series 4, and the first half of the Selected arc. The war has gone on for at least 3 long years. All but 4 villains have been defeated. In order to survive, the remaining 4 villains, known as the Insect Paradigm, evolved to survive by armouring themselves with pieces of their fallen friends. The Insect Paradigm consists of War Insecticus with a bulkier appearance, Friend, made mostly of Bulk 4.0 Fangs and Thunder, Lightning, also made mainly of Thunder, and later on Frostblade, made mainly of pieces from Frostbeast. These 4 remaining villains are seeking the one remaining hero, Stormer 5.0, who in a drastically weakened state has had to upgrade themselves in a similar botched way. Insecticus wants Stormer's special hero core, which has untold powers and could tip the war in the villain's favour. ending it once and for all. When War Insecticus builds Frostblade, Stormer is also able to rebuild a few more heroes as well. War Insecticus gains the hero core after Stormer encounters Friend, and the Insect Paradigm come together to reveal their plan at last. Operation Preservation was a hypothetical plot by the Selected, which War Insecticus now planned to undergo. The Insect Paradigm were of course made up of pieces of multiple heroes and villains, and using the hero core they could all be rebuilt, repopulating the planet as though the war had never happened, but this comes at a cost. In order for a character to be rebuilt, an Insect Paradigm member must donate that piece, essentially causing them to be entirely extinct, leaving behind the actual Hero Factory characters. War Insecticus, Friend, Lightning, Frostblade and the heroes all reluctantly agree that the reward outweighs the risk, and War Insecticus still foresees total victory for the villains. The Insect Paradigm get to work, removing pieces from themselves and remaking Hero Factory characters. Friend, Frostblade, Stormer, Lightning and every character except Insecticus are destroyed completely, leaving behind Hero Factory characters that comprise them. Core Hunter, Firelord, Splitface, Von Nebula, Scorpio, Rota, Explode, Stormer 1.0 etc. We see them all in Hero Series 5. Insecticus is left with only the parts that made them unique. Remember, Insecticus was never a Hero Factory character. Left as a bare-bones skeleton of their former self, Insecticus exiles themselves to the Quadrant Zone again. Hero Series 5, the second half and conclusion of the Selected arc. Things are back to normal. Heroes are chasing villains and there couldn't be better days. However, after one mission in the Quadrant Zone, Evo remains and finds Insecticus hiding under a large chair. Insecticus crawls out to him, explaining that after fully remaking every villain, they threw him out and cast him into the Wastelands, which is untrue. Having pity on him, Evo leaves him alive. Insecticus next appears in Hero Series 5 Episode 4, warning the heroes that Firelord and Black Phantom, as well as their teams of villains, are approaching. This is after Rocker 5.0 from the future failed to warn them himself. Hero Series 5 Episode 5, titled Victory to Insecticus, shows that Insecticus now has a HQ in the Quadrant Zone, operating in the dark along with Pyrox and Aquagon. After Stormer gets an inkling that something is going on, he heads down and is quickly apprehended by the still withered Insecticus and his team. His ultimate plan is revealed. Insecticus is tired of being disrespected in his withered state and wants to return to his physical appearance from Hero Series 1 and 2, when he was at the height of his power. This can be achieved using technology from the long gone and forgotten Selected base, which Insecticus still has access to. Insecticus is transformed into their original form, quickly destroying Pyrox and Aquagon, seeing them as inferior. But that's not all. Insecticus has other reservations. Despite being warned against it by the Selected themselves, Insecticus ventured into the Selected space and found an experimental new technology known as Double T, which stands for time travel. Insecticus plans to commit an all-or-nothing one-way journey back to the Hero Series 1, where he can give his old self knowledge of the future and the technology to match, such as access to the still operational Selected base in 2012. This would cause the villain's influence to be 1,000 times greater across all Hero Series seasons, giving him and his team the upper hand. Powerless, Stormer watches as Insecticus disappears, travelling back into the past. It's a success. Insecticus appears during Breakout, the Season 1 finale of Hero Series 1. He meets his old self, who isn't as wise or cooperative as modern Insecticus had hoped. Old Insecticus temporarily sees new Insecticus as a trick by the heroes to lure him to jail, and the two fight. Modern Insecticus temporarily time travels to another point in his life for safety, that being the construction of the Christmas tree during the Tree of Jetbug in Hero Series 3. Although Insecticus never appears in person in Hero Series 3, this greatly suggests that they were the one pulling the strings all along during that time, and they were the one that got Jetbug to attack the tree in the first place. Returning back to Breakout after nearly being dismantled by Jetbug, old Insecticus battles new Insecticus again. It isn't before long that old Insecticus gains an advantage and the two characters destroy each other, causing his fate to be sealed in late August 2012. It's important to note that by Hero Series time travel logic, this doesn't erase Insecticus from all future appearances, it just means that Insecticus' last action is teleporting back to the past in 2018, where he died in 2012. This means that for the last 6 years, 2018 to now, the world has been free from Insecticus. The remains of his modern day body were never found. That would be the last of Insecticus until late 2023, when halfway across the globe, Hero Series fan CrazyPar, I hope I'm saying that correctly, would construct a 1-to-1 replica of Insecticus in their Hero Series 1 and 2 form. This pristine recreation is a piece-for-piece rebuild of the most popular and powerful form of Insecticus, and I cannot believe that they live again. This means that for the first time, what happens next for Insecticus is out of my hands. Although this isn't the same Insecticus, it's the only one on Earth to currently exist because I can't rebuild mine. I disassembled it shortly after filming Hero Series 5. Lore-wise, this Insecticus is built from a crazed fan of Insecticus' history after learning about what he did. But let's say that for now. But that's not all. The timeline video's over, by the way. But Crazy Pa went one step further. One afternoon out of the blue, he asked me, what is your favourite helmet out of all of the Hero Factory sets? What's your favourite body armour? What are your favourite weapons? And after answering all of these, in a matter of days, they were able to build it, and you're seeing the pictures on screen, and you have been. This, off my answers, is my hypothetical, theoretical, perfect hero. And I explained it so poorly. I said, okay, I like this bit from Pyrox's weapon, I like Black Phantom having a staff, I like the Surge 1.0 weapon, I like the pieces on the legs, I like silver and purple. And he was able to create this character, this OC, which is, as I describe it, my favourite hero, supposedly. He gave it the name Mib Sirius, based on Mib Productions Limited, the company behind Hero Series 1, and Sirius, which, although it's like a real place, it's a take on series. I think it's a perfect name. I think it's a fantastic idea. I even got pictures of them currently fighting Insecticus, so if you would like an update on Hero Series lore, that is what's currently happening. My hypothetical perfect hero OC is fighting Insecticus in his prime, created by Crazy Pa. And I think that's fantastic. I'm still in awe that he was able to follow such terribly spoken instructions to perfection.